Hello and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. We experienced the death of Uriel Septim last time. He is right there. Hello, Boris. Sorry about Glenroy, but yeah, it was not to be. And we've gotten a slight increase in favor with the blades because we have brought back a sword. Now, I think that is one of the things that have been fixed. Like, in the original, there was a pretty high risk of that sword just disappearing. Like, it could get lodged under a body, but you could move bodies. But it could also just disappear. And while that is not a big thing, it could be a... You could basically get stuck. Well, not exactly stuck, because it's just a small improvement in how the Blades faction likes you. So, I mean, it's overall not gonna do much. Right, we are still in need of making our way out of these sewers and subterranean tunnels. I don't care about those. So, we have made our class, which is not combat focused. Basically, let me just show you, seeing as we can now do that. So, I've made a custom class called Vestige, which is basically a throwback to our title, so to say, in the Elder Scrolls Online. Has nothing to do with anything else. It was just I didn't feel that adventurer fitted that role particularly well. So, our skills are not there. That's our base stats. That is also not relevant. Here it is. So our main skills are armorer. So, repairing armaments. And we can repair magic items. That is... Wait, can we? Oh yes, we can, because the level is at 25. That wasn't... So basically, in the old one, repairing magic items required 50, not 25. I don't know what 25 meant for novice. Like, I don't know if you had anything below that. But yeah, that seems to have been taken up. We have alchemy, which also will not give us any kind of direct combat abilities, but it will give us some extra bonuses to making and creating skills. Alteration. Now, alteration spells are not fully combat-based, though they are, because you can protect yourself. There is also reflecting damage in part of alteration skills, which means that it can be used as a combat means, but it is not meant for combat. Illusion, basically avoiding combat or getting yourself into more beneficial situations before going into it. Mysticism, moving object, dispelling things or reflect damages there, and bind souls. It's mostly the absorb magic and sort of sense life that's going to be important, because there are creatures that can go invisible. There are will-o'-the-wisps in this game, and they go invisible as soon as they have detected you. If you have a sense life, you can detect them, and I reckon that they're probably a bit harder to spot in this game than they was in the original. Mercantile, selling and buying stuff. That is all. Obviously, better stuff if you have a higher level. Speechcraft, talking to people. So, none of these are related to anything in combat. We can still use our combat skills, they just won't level up our character. We'll get to that in a bit, but for the time being, does this lead to anywhere, or is it just Boris's key? Ooh. The sewers? Yes. I forget that the loading time isn't very long. Like I'm used to the original, where the loading times could get somewhat lengthy. There are rats nearby. Let's go for a wagon. Yeah, the sewers are a lot more grimy than what they used to be. Like, they used to be dingy and I wouldn't say dirty, but definitely not pleasant to be in. This looks a lot... well, a lot more unpleasant. What? I think... oh, I was about to say, I think there are also goblins down here. Habushki! Marksman increased. So, yes, we can still improve our skills, but it won't level our overall character up. Oh, I actually need one of these, because as alchemy is one of them, is one of my skills, having items of alchemical reagents, which is basically all kinds of food, I can use that to my advantage later on. If I have a lot of ingredients on me, I can make a lot of potions. Ooh. Oh. Thought he would be tougher, but, well... garlic, yes. Ooh, and a silver knock-knock. I don't think I've ever gotten a knock-knock off of these guys in the first run through the sewers. So, for those of you who don't know, back in my original playthrough of Oblivion, I basically made a sort of sub-story about basically when I went to just punch things for the sake of leveling up hand to hand. I would essentially... is this the way out? Or no, it's not. But just in case, checking for loot. Aha! Got a nice amount of lockpicks. Oh, sneak increased to 21. That's pretty early on, and we haven't even done the quest with Glarthir. But we will eventually. So, oh, can I... well, not if I haven't got my hammer out. Whoa! Bam! Non-searchable barrel. Non-searchable crate. So, there's nothing stopping you from grinding up your skills in the sewer. That's one of the main draws of Oblivion, is that it is an open world game. Nope. Still not entirely used to the new scheme, but hello? Alright. I mean, if you're not gonna be hostile, I would have otherwise used you to gain levels in block, but I suppose that will have to wait. Alright, here's the exit. Could I have done this in the last video? Yes. Ooh. The gate is sealed. Something here. Oi! Who's making noise? Ooh, Akatosh's symbol. City Isle. No, we're good to go. Escape the Imperial Sewers. Okay, yeah. And that is Vilverin over there. Now, I do like that they placed the UI on top rather than down left. Obviously, we don't have a HUD for Magicka, Stamina, Health. The red arrow, yes, I'm aware. So, there's also another reason why I split it up. There was not just the reaching an hour mark, although that was indeed a part of it. Wow, it is vibrant. So I heard that a lot of people had issues with the filter that was on. I mean, I think you can turn it off. But, I mean, look at this. And the draw distance is, well, immense. That's definitely a up from the original one. But to be fair, that one wasn't great. No. But, seeing as we are now out and in a position where we're not likely to be mauled by mudcrabs, I wanted to sort of talk about how I'm planning to do this playthrough. And it is going to be different. I could easily go through the main storyline and start with that. But I'm not gonna. Plenty of other people have done that, presumably already, given that this is the 24th of April. I'm presuming that there are people who have definitely completed the storyline, the main storyline, by now. I am not going to do that straight away. What I am going to do is meticulously go through all the non-quest locations in alphabetical order. What does that mean? Well, it means that our first stop is not Coral, not Waynon Priory. That would be in the later half of everything. No, our first stop, well, our first mission, if it were so to say, is, if I could find the map, to go near Breville, probably around the Lasia's River, this area. Because in that area exists something called Abandoned Mine. And that is the first non-quest area on the map. Well, it's not on the map, but location that you can visit. Now, you might think, there's a lot of locations, there's a lot of ruins, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of forts, and indeed there is. We are still going to go through them meticulously. I am probably going to cut out most of the stuff in between, at least later on down the line, because it's gonna get a little bit tedious just walking back and forth, even with the random encounters that are on the road, and I don't know if I could fully talk about all of them at length. Now, not included in that list is locations on the Shivering Isles. That will be an entirely different segment. We'll get to that. We'll get to that eventually. But for now, it is every single quest, single non-quest location before we go to the main storyline. So, if an area, a location, is part of a quest, be it the main quest or a side quest, we will skip it and hop to the next one. Okay? So, yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be perhaps a little bit weird, perhaps not the most logical place. I know, I'm aware, I'm playing it. It also means that the next step on the proverbial line is going to be a camp. And namely a camp that's not anywhere nearby. So, we're going to be jumping back and forth a bit, and episodes are going to be of various length. So, my original Oblivion playthrough, I was quite diligent in reaching about 1 hour for recording. It was sort of a good length for most of the stuff. Unlike in the Elder Scrolls Online and Skyrim, the areas, some of the quests, some of the locations can be very, very deep, like they have multiple sub-locations, and be very, very long. Some of them are very, very short. Oblivion is a bit more, I wouldn't say nuanced, or at least the original one. I don't know if that has changed in this, to be honest. So, in this episode, the main thing that we're going to be doing is heading towards Anvil. Enemies nearby. Or would there perchance be a mudcrab that's looking for a fight? Is that it? Me thinks that's a slaughter fishy. Ooh, that. And as much as I'd want to sort of go for optimized quest builds, I think I will stay pretty true to this place. That also means that exploits such as getting the skeleton key early on, or as early on as possible, which would be level 10, is not going to be here. I'm also not going to do the quest Go Fish, which is otherwise my usual go-to for sort of starting out, because the Jewel of the Romare, a reward for doing it, is a really nice thing for non-Argonians, as it allows you to breathe underwater. Which, there are a few, not all, but a few of the locations definitely require. I also don't know how swimming works. I'm presuming it's about the same, but there's a slaughterfish there, and well, we might as well. Ooh, there are other fish too. Hello, slaughterfish. Where you go? Where you go? Did it sink? Or am I just that aggressive? Because... oh, that's a mudcrab. But where's the fish? Come back here. Slaughterfish. Scales. Well, we'll do. And an imp. Ooh, fun. Well, we're still at a fairly low level relatively, but... boop. Yeesh. Right. So really what we want to do is get on the road and get across the water so that we may start moving towards Bravil. Bravil will definitely not be my first normal stop in a playthrough, but, well, seeing as this is how we do it... oh, there's even a distance marker too now. That is actually a nice improvement. Hello, Nernroot. You look very pretty. I've recovered a sprig of Nernroot, a plant ingredient this unusual must have value. Perhaps I should bring it to an alchemist and find out a little more about it. An alchemist can be found in almost every city in Cyrodiil. I think they can be found in every city in Cyrodiil, but I don't know that for certain, so do not quote me on that. Actually, can I place a marker of my own? It looks like I can. Well, for the time being, let's just go towards Bravil. It is pretty much the exact distance away that Waynon Priory would be. That... interesting. Interesting. Sneak increased. Yeah, I'm aware there's a mudcrab nearby. Oh! There is. Oh, yeah! Now, can I get rich from mudcrabs? The question still stands. Alright, let's try some sniping. Got more than 100 arrows, so... How much? Whoop! There is actually an auto-aim function. Oh! Sideways cave. Discovered. I like that there's a little pause between discovered and the name of it. Like, the name appears first, like, what have I done with it? Oh, I discovered it! Thank you! Oop. Foxglove. Yeah, so I think that I'm currently having a 100% guaranteed success rate for picking flowers. Bones? I do not eat bones. They only take up weight. And unlike in Skyrim, I don't believe that you can grind them into bone dust. Although that is a bone meal. Although bone meals, well, bone meal, singular, can be found. Usually near undead. Now, where did that imp die at? In the old days, it would probably have sort of tumbled down into the water because it died on a slope. Oh, hello. Imp gore. I don't like that I cannot see my carrying limit for the sake of, well. So we want to go over here and then we want to take the, then we want to take the bridge over because that's also a nice encounter to get started on. Now, cities and settlements are not a part of my plan, but, and neither are landmarks. Landmarks are, hello, oh, landmarks, oh, okay. I didn't expect that to kill him. Inspiration tome. We got magic all of the wazoo. I'm pretty sure those shoes, well, they are nicer shoes because I only have... Wait, do I have boots? I don't remember. Hold on. I do. I don't have any gloves or gauntlets. Alright. It does look nice in third person. There's so much joy of rediscovering this. Ah, well. Any flowers or mushrooms that I can pick? You know what? Probably for the better to have a ranged weapon out. Mages are not great at defending against it, and arrows are usually good at penetrating robes. So you came out running from there. Looks like someone was trying to build something here. Maybe they did. But they ain't around anymore. I don't think so. I'm still getting to grips with the new layout of the controls, but I think I got a decent enough grip on it at the moment. Regarding forts as... That's probably a dog. Regarding forts as locations, I'm not going to go through every single fort under F as when we eventually get there. Instead, I'm going by their names. So Qa'Rajh, as this is, would be amongst the later stages of going through this. There will be a minimal amount of episodes just out on the road. Maybe the first time I'm traveling to an area, I'll probably show it. And I might also show smaller interesting things if they happen along the road. Because, I mean, random encounters are a thing. But because Oblivion does not have Radiant Quest AI, it does not have quests that occur at random. That means a lot of locations are not unused. That would be a wrong word for it. But they are definitely underutilized, is probably more correct. Oh, that's just a deer. I will not shoot a deer without a cause. I mean, I won't be shooting deer. I have no interest in doing so. Yes, you can see me. Good for you. You may run. That includes you. But chase them, I will not. And kill them, I won't either. Do I need to sneak? I don't, but, you know, old habits die hard. And this one, well, it hasn't died yet. It is Wellspring Cave? Really? I mean, it's... Oh, I suppose we are pretty close then. I don't know what they are measuring, like... It's very clearly not... Is it steps? It does look like it, doesn't it? I believe that Magia... Ginseng. Flax. Ha! Yeah, gold! Yeah. Nope. Nothing of value. Well, I mean, it had value, but not value that I'd care to bring with me. So obviously, a big part of this character is that they are more of a social... non-combat kind of fight. I think there are sentries or goblins here. Oh! Ooh. I was about to say, that was not the sentry I expected. I expected goblins, which may still be here. That's just a deer. Hello, goblins. Come and meet thy maker. Or not, I don't care. Seeing as this isn't a combat build, I can technically upgrade my combat skills without any concerns. Because, I mean, that'll just make me better at combat, which isn't a bad thing in an RPG, even an action RPG like this one. I wonder... Who... Oh, yes. Was there a reason to do this? Cure poison? Nah, I mean, no. But, well, now we know. Alright, let's try the game.
What is it, citizen?
Hey.
What do you need?
Oh.
Truth is, the Legion
rumors.
doesn't know who was behind the Emperor's murder. We've already ruled out the Dark Brotherhood, so is this something worse?
Yes. So that's a new voice, obviously. Wes Johnson was basically the one voice for all the Imperial soldiers. Right, let's try the persuading game, because personality and I think it was speechcraft is one of our main skills. In each attempt to persuade, you must admire, boast, joke, and coerce. Each of these actions raises and lowers, or lowers the character's disposition. Do not take too long, because the character's disposition is steadily falling. When you hover over each possible action, the character's face shows their reaction to it. It can be love, like, dislike, or hate. The disposition increases if you select a loved or liked action, and decreases if you select a disliked or hated action. The potential gain or loss for each action is based on your speechcraft and how full the wedge is. To select full of wedges, try to select full of wedges when they are aligned with actions the person likes. Try to select empty wedges when they are aligned with actions he doesn't like. Which is also why we're going to not... Okay, the camera is a little bit funky. I need to see your face!
Trouble?
I need to see...
Truth
there
is,
we go.
The Legion doesn't know who was behind. We'll see.
Alright, sure. Bribe. I don't want to bribe. Start. So you like... Do not like that.
I doubt it.
You also don't like that, so...
Sure, that's cute.
Oh, I can select them all.
I accept. I have no choice.
Or
Don't
is
try
it
to
only...
manipulate me.
Okay. Why not? Oh, now there's colors. Oh, that helps significantly.
I accept. Don't try to manipulate me.
Bonk.
Good one.
So, in the old one, you had an option to basically rotate it once per turn. Ooh,
what nonsense.
This is a good start.
I accept. Not bad. I doubt it. Don't try to manipulate me. Don't, please. That's pretty. I doubt it.
I'm not. I'm just talk. Let's go for...
Not bad. Not bad.
Boink.
Not now. Not
Boink.
later. Whatever you want. I doubt it.
Boink and boink.
Yeah. Don't waste your flattery on me. Whatever you want. I doubt it.
Not great, but it'll do.
Please, don't talk such rot.
That was our speechcraft increasing.
Not bad.
I will talk rot if I so feel like it. You can't stop me.
I doubt it. Sure, that's cute. Whatever you want. Not now. Not later.
Almost a perfect round.
Move along.
Alright, speechcraft increased to 31. Wow, that's nice. We should have a melee weapon out for the road. It's a little floppy in the sprinting department, but hey, we can sprint. Can we sprint and jump? Yes. Now, I seem to remember that in here, in the remains of these buildings, are very valuable potions. I would like to acquire said potions. Oh, mandrake root. Anything that can cure disease. A lot of that is also... Oh, here they are. Oh, they're just strewn about. I seem to have remembered that I needed to parkour in order to get to them, but I'm not complaining. It's not exactly free money, but it's pretty close. And mercantile is another of our major skills, so... Why not? What? Well... There's only one, so I can't really complete that saying now, can I? How are we for time? That's the thing, I'm gonna get lost in the source. Okay, we are quite far. We've spent a good half an hour already. That's okay. That's okay. Oh. Looks like an Imperial soldier have just dismounted. That likely means trouble's afoot or a dead bandit. Oh. And one without any gauntlets. Can I... Boop. Yes. And it probably still doesn't do anything. Is that a wolf? Sure looks like a wolf. Hello, wolf. Come on, bite me. Yeah. Bark. I think I prefer... How do we look when we are... Yeah, as expected, something heavy like this. I mean, it doesn't affect my stamina, but it does affect my run animation. There usually is an encounter with a highwayman here. And obviously there's the old trick of giving them 100 gold, trying to pickpocket them. And then, you know, either killing them because they're aggro, or... what have we got? So there are marauders in Fort Alessia. Well, at least that's in the original. I've got to keep making comparisons because, well, obviously, seeing as I've played both. Can I spot you before you get me into trouble? Are there any new plants about? Flax and ginseng are a dime a dozen around, so I don't need to pluck every single one of those. I also like how the road is like a bit more decrepit, still here, but not in a great state. Hello, Fräulein! Oh! Hello! Oh, that's gonna be a tricky shot! And it didn't hit. But it did aggravate him. Oh. Yoink! Claymore! Nah, what I'm really looking for is gauntlets. You didn't have any of that. Disappointing! Hello? Ah, so that's basically the... they're showing you the text when you're getting into a location. They didn't do that in the original. I think they did when you discovered it, but other than that, like, maybe a brief one up at the corner to show you where you were. Where have you gone, you nincompoop? Get back here! I might fire an arrow at your face. Or crotch. Acrobatics. Where you at? Saw someone running. Unless he went the entire way around. It's possible. We can't outrule it. Not entirely, at least. But I would like to deal with him so that it is done with, rather than him skulking about and potentially finding me. Ooh! Or the weather is pretty. I mean, it's not great, but it's pretty. Where'd you run off to? You slimy git. I'll bite your legs off. Well, the marker hasn't changed, so I haven't gotten within potential line of sight to him or her. Oh, well, there we go. Hello. And another one that's not with gauntlets. Excuse me? Oh, a repair hammer. That's nice. Hold on. I believe my... Oh, well, actually, inventory. Yes, I believe the rusty iron shield is... Well, it's worth less than the regular iron shield, but it's the same armor rating. I'm keeping the iron shield just for the sake of well, selling it basically. Let's see. I could drop stuff, sure, but why? Do you want to add inspiration to your list? Sure. We learned that. We got 2 repair hammers. What needs it the most? Our bow. So I've been blocking with my bow, apparently. What else? 91. 92. Let's go for... Alright, we broke one. So I think armor is one of those that is very slow to level up. Unfortunately. Yeah, you just lie here and enjoy the weather. Have a nice camping trip. Already got those mushrooms. It might be a bit on the plus 1 hour, but we are basically still in the introducing how we are going to play this. And I'm going to make multiple lists. So one for the overall playthrough. And one for caves and so on down the line. Who? Fennel. Oh, that's nice. I like fennel. It's a nice taste. A horse. Wait, what? The... Oh, where do you come from? Oi! Get back here, you! There we go. Oh! And one with gold! Hooray! Alright, well, and it also increased my heavy armor, so, again, no complaints here. Sardavalid, if I'm not mistaken, that's another place with conjurers. And potential Daedra. Well, it would be imps or scamps at this low level. And in regards to leveling up, yes, I am going to use a die for that. Because I did it, well, part of the way through in my original playthrough. I started out sort of trying to optimize the build, and honestly, that was fun, but I kind of like the more random nature of allowing a dice to do the work. There's an alien well here. Yep. And there's usually one enemy down there and then one enemy up here, but seeing as they're not obvious and I've already spent a lot of time, I'm going to ignore it. I am, however, trying to go out of my way for the sake of the waystones. Because, well, some of them can add conjuration, which I don't think is one of my main skills, but they also each add a greater power. Alright, something is hostile. Ah! I believe this one might be one that's Citric Ashak rune. Yeah, that is conjured weapons and armor. But I mean, hey, we'll take it. Oh, it's a bow. I believe that the conjured bow is among the rarer of what you can get from these rune stones. This priest looks nice. If I'm not talking, it's usually because I'm just in awe of what... Yes, what's that indeed? I think you are a bandit, and I think you're down there. I would prefer to get the jump on you, there? But...
What's that? Damn rats, always skirting around in the shadows.
Female red guard, maybe? I'll jump this. Or not. Do you have gauntlets? Yes, you do! Hop. And a mace. I mean, I don't really need anything else. It's mostly the gauntlets that was of interest right now. It seems they last a lot shorter. There we go. A bit more protection. I'd prefer them in heavy armor, but sort of going for a mixed build in armors. Because, seeing as neither armor is part of my sort of main stat line, I don't mind the more balanced part. The downside to all the detail and all the lush is, well, enemies have a much easier time creeping up on me. Which is also why I want Detect Life as soon as it is possible. Pell's Gate. Related to a quest, but we might as well discover it. Not that we get any kind of experience for it or anything. But, I mean, again, we might as well. I should, you know, let's go for melee for the rest of the way through. We are, well, not entirely halfway there, and we've used 15 minutes. So, I think it will be fine, honestly. And obviously the marker is just for Bravil. It is not for Abandoned Mine. Okay, well. It is hard to defend oneself if you don't have your weapon and shield ready. Look at the details on the trees. That was definitely one of the things that was like, yeah, we kind of skipped out on that. Like, most trees were just dark for the sake of you don't have to see the lack of details on them. A wolf. Hello, wolf. Alright, have at you. Okay. Seems nice so far. How do we look when we run like... Is there a difference between running in stealth? Oh, it automatically puts us out of stealth. Right, okay. So, because... I mean, the original also had third person. It was basically... On PC, it was usually the scroll wheel. So you could... If you were unfortunate, you could basically scroll in and out of third person very quickly. And third person is easier when it comes to things like detection and stealth. Let's see, I think that's a... Oh, that's a log. I thought it was a boar. Inn of Ill Omen. Now, because we are doing this before any kind of main quest line is done, that also means no Oblivion gates exist as of yet. Not even the one near Qa'Rajh. Which is perfectly fine, because, I mean, that's a place, and we're not going there anytime soon. So... I was wondering if I had swung too far. Oh! Is that what I think it is? I do not have any magical weapons. If that is a will-o'-the-wisp, that is... Please just be fireflies. Will-o'-the-wisps are not supposed to appear at this low level. Ah, it's just torchbox. Whew, okay. Whew! Did me a scare there. Will-o'-the-wisps are nasty. And because they are essentially spirits, you need either magic, as in spells that can harm them, or you need magical weapons. They don't need to have charges, but they do need to be magic. Otherwise, it is silver, and I think Daedric as the only weapons that actually can work as dealing damage to an undead spirit. Oh, hello. Yoink! That one is mine. Oh, another one. That one is mine. Yeah. So obviously, when it comes to leveling up, that is something that I will be filming, and something that I will take you through, and I will also be using my my light ring and mobile arm for the sake of recording, so you will get that extra little bonus as well. I like how it's basically developing as a YouTuber, sort of developing, getting more hardware, getting more stuff, getting better at setting up the recording, stuff like that. Another wolf. Can I... Yes, I can. And a lockpick! Hooray! And I see that they've once again chosen to not mark way shrines on the map. Unfortunate, but what can you do? Oh, okay. So for the low level, which is level 1, 2, but not including 5, so 1 through 4, the enemies, other than those scripted, so the Maroon's Dagon cultists, are all going to be animals and low-level creatures. I think it is level 5. Oh, shit. Oh, there you are. Alright. Yeah, so the bars are resembling more that of Skyrim, which I don't mind. I like Skyrim. I've also made a video series of that after all, so... How are we looking? 300 steps. Alright, that's acceptable. It's not too bad. Yeah, and we are doing good for time. This part of the road is never really that long. It just seems that way when you first head out on it. Some more level in sneak. I mean, if we can get to level 25 in sneak, that would be nice. Habushki. Oh, Habushki. Nope. No bone for me. What do we got? Robbers Glen. That's a bigger one. Not anytime soon, though. Not at all anytime soon. Okay. One of the more dangerous roads... Oh, hello. Are you a bandit or a... Oh, you're just a bandit, right. Weak poison of repulsion. Sure. Yuck. Let's poison the... Let's poison the bow. Why not? Which is not what we do here. We need to have the bow equipped for that. How does look running with a bow look? Yeah, that's what I expected. Okay. Down again. Oh, no. It was the view that I wished to change, not the fact that I was sneaking or sprinting. I would like a higher stealth for the sake of not being spotted as easily. Oh, it is unsettling how they resemble will-o'-the-wisps. So, flooded mine, that would be a place that it would be really nice to have water breathing. But, well, unless I come across that with loot from another area, which I might. There's quite a lot before F. So, unless I get that, such an item... Well, it's just not gonna happen. Oh, well, it is gonna happen, but I'm going to have a difficult time. Presumably. So what is this? The first one was Talos. This is Zenithar. Nice, nice, nice. Bayron Stable. That's the, that's the stables outside of Braville. So, yes... We are almost there. Annetville, that's, well, a closer one. Any kind of creature roaming about out down here? Doesn't seem like it. But I wouldn't trust it. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. And my bow at the ready. Alright. Also, we're going to be crossing by Annetville. So that's going to be a little bit sort of Alright. Braville is looking shabby. As expected. I wonder how horses will play into this. I'm not looking forward to that, honestly. I disliked the horses with a passion in the first one because they were basically on ice skates. As were you as a player, but horses even more. And you couldn't fight from a horseback. So it was doubly annoying. Are there two imps there? Yeah, there are. Alright, well, let's make it... Alright. I would like for my stamina to come back quicker, but... Actually, let's there we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's further west. But first, there is an imp to take care of. Now, imps are not particularly dangerous, but they do their damage at range with magic. And I'd rather avoid... Well... Where did you... Whoa. Ah, biscuit. Alright. That works. Pretty much ran into my arrow. But hey, not a problem. Ooh, they have lights on. Wonderful. Look at the shine on the water. There's so many details and I'm in love with them all. I believe it is on this side of the waters that abandoned mine is existing. I also seem to remember that the banks of this river in particular are a location for finding mandrake root, which is fairly valuable and rather rare. It is also an ingredient that on its own have cured disease, so I will definitely be picking these up. And considering that they were Bloodmane Cave, that's not right. Have I gone the wrong way for a cave? Hold on. Let me do a reading here. Located near the city of Breville. Well, yes. Oh. Huh? Oh, that is definitely not close by. Ah, that's just because they're saying what city is closest by. Okay, that's a mistake on my end, because it is basically over here. But technically, Breville is the closest city. That's on me. That's on me. Well, that also fits because we have just reached an hour and 2 minutes. So, in the next episode, I will meet you near Lake Canulus, and we will enter abandoned mine. But until then, take care.